What it is, guys? What up, guys? Welcome back to Liberia, to the world. This is episode number 24. So I hope you guys are enjoying this content. You guys notice videos are dropping every other day or so. Sometimes multiple videos a day, sometimes every day. Let us know by just hitting the like button and also hitting subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel. Today we're doing a part 2 of one of the most viewed videos and the most questions we get up to today in our email inbox and even in the comment section, right? And I believe this is one of the most the topic that should be talked about the most, being the fact that there are so many opportunities. So we did the part 1. If you haven't seen that yet, make sure you click right up here or up here and click on that video so you can have the sequence going, right? So you can watch the first part of it. So today is how to become a millionaire in Liberia part 2. Of course, I said this is possible. This is possible in Liberia to do. I'm not saying you're going to be a millionaire as soon as you start or today or tomorrow. But like I mentioned in my first video, there are millionaires in Liberia, people making substantial amount of money in the country. Most of them who are not Liberians or not locals. Or they have an external affiliation where these funds are being distributed to. However, though, we're trying to get the economy back. We're trying to take it back. We're trying to have everything owned, be at least Liberian-led or Liberian-owned. So we're trying to get that started with you guys. So let me first start by saying this. You know, we get a lot of complaints about Liberia, right? All of us complain about the country, Liberia. When you say anything positive, you have a lot of people that say negative things about the country. But one thing it always baffled me. It's like if you have any business sense, if you are somebody who think business in any way, you will be glad that the country has all of these issues. Because one thing in life about making money, about being a millionaire, is you simply solve problems. Think about it. All millionaires, every millionaire you think about, Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg, what's the guy's name? Elon Musk, all these guys are simply solving a problem. That's what it is. You find a problem and you solve it. You become a millionaire. It's as simple as that. Well, not as simple as that, but you get what I'm saying, right? That's kind of what it is. So Liberia, that just means Liberia is like the epicenter. It's like the hub for you making money, because there is money in the country. Trust me, there is. And people who are living there and people who are visiting and other foreigners and locals and everybody are going back in the country. It's like a melting pot. I'm giving you 12 business ideas that you can start. I recommend you start these right away before December of this year, so that when the season rolls around, you can definitely reap benefits from that influx of people and that kind of like fast moving economy and money moving around, exchanging hands and things like that. So let's get right into it. I'm going to divide this into 2 sections. The first 6 is going to be, first 5 or 6, I believe, that's for a high budget if you have a lot of money to start a business. The last 6 or 5 are going to be low cost. So these are 12 business ideas you should start in 2021 before December 2021 to get that business going right away. Let's get right into it, guys. Number 1 is obvious, a solar power supplier. So it's 2 different things. Basically, you own all the solar panels. You probably have a solar farm. There's so many lands in Liberia. There's like empty land. You can buy a whole land. You can buy a couple lots or whatever it is, and you can farm solar power. Basically, you have all these solar grid, and instead of selling the actual solar panel, you can sell the power, right? And that can give people consistent power in the country. We all know the the top issues in the country right now is having consistent electricity for running your business or doing whatever it is that you need to do that needs power. You can supply different areas. You can supply mainly businesses. You can do business, B2B, business to business. You can supply businesses that really can't afford a light or power being out, or businesses that spend a lot of money every month on buying diesel or gasoline to power their business or to keep business running. So that would be a great one. Also households. There are bigger households, there are smaller households, and people who really need power consistently that are not getting it. So you can supply the actual power instead of selling the solar grids. You can supply the power from your solar farm. That's one way, obviously a sure way of making money in the country. you're not going to be short of customers. People need power there basically all the time, and they have the money. And your service may be even cheaper considering the fact that it's a one-time investment, and plus some maintenance and stuff like that, and maintaining the farm, the solar farm. But it'll be a lot less than running an actual transformer and stuff like that, like how it is right now, or running a dam, in fact, to get it going. So that's number one right there, being a solar power supplier. The second one also, it may be strange, but it's fish farm. You're like, wait a minute, people are fishing in Liberia all the time, and also, you know, Liberia is by the ocean, so there are different places that are fishing all the time and stuff like that. Yes, there are, but however, when you go to Liberia and you scour the country, you quickly realize there aren't a lot of different type of fish that is selling in the market. It's like 5 or 6 different type of fish. Maybe mainly in Monrovia now. Maybe if you go out to those seacoast counties where they have the ocean right there, you may get a lot of variety of fish. But most of the fish are not reaching all the way in town. Like I mentioned, the transportation sector is not that great as far as transporting goods and services in a short period of time. Most of the time when these products are being shipped, they're not iced or anything like that. So you're really not getting that much of a fresh fresh fish from all of these counties that takes multiple days to get to the city. So if you're able to farm fish, and especially just different, not the native fish in the country, different type of fish that you can sell to high-end restaurants or people who are foreigners or visitors, or even Liberians who just want to taste, have a taste for different type of fish and stuff like that, you definitely can start that business, get a land, get everything you need to do with the government as far as licensing and stuff like that, and your supplier that will supply you those fish that you can farm in the country and grow, get the feed for the country, get the staffing and everything right. You can definitely make money with that, because there aren't a lot, if any, in the country. What there are, but there are not a lot of fish farms in the country right now that are supplying just different variety of fish to the country. You can definitely make a lot of money with that, especially supplying all of these growing restaurants that are coming up, these high-end restaurants that are being built, these hotels that are being built that will have restaurants there. You can supply them basically with just different type of fish. Number 3 is Ferry. A ferry in Monrovia, ferry that can transport goods and services from one part of the country to another. Liberia has a lot of running water going through the St. Paul, the whatever, I don't know all the names, but there's a lot of river that comes from different counties, even all the way in town, right? You can definitely do that. Would be a lot easier and more efficient, because these trucks, like I mentioned again, takes multiple days. They have to go through breakdowns on the road, getting stuck in mud, and the roads are terrible for most part of the country. So if you have a ferry system that can take goods and services, even cars and stuff, from different part of the country into the city center, vice versa, but not so much even outside of the city, you can run it right in Monrovia that go to different parts of the place that carry just goods, especially from business to business, that carry all these like palm oil, coal, and all these heavy things that you see that people pile on cars that takes multiple days and pay a lot more money, because they're going to charge you a lot to move that around. So that's another great way. You can do ferry for just transporting product, or ferries for transporting large group of people from one part of the country to another. That's another great way also to be a first mover in that space. There aren't a lot, if any, in the country that you can definitely start. So that's number 3. Number 4 is community swimming pool. I've mentioned that in the previous video as a community playground, anything of that sort. So a community swimming pool doesn't have to be just for the community, like a swimming pool in a nice area, but just not like a pool just sitting there. You have a pool with a grill area. People can do grilling. People can have parties there, and people can rent the space out to have a pool party and stuff like that. We all know the country is a sunny country. Most days it's really hot out there, so people will spend a lot more time at the pool, in the water and stuff like that. Plus also people are throwing a lot of parties nowadays. People are adapting to the new ways of just doing things, right? So people can rent that space out, the entire space, and you want to build it in a way where you have like the pool, like a grilling area, maybe like an area set up for like a kitchenette where people can make food and stuff like that, and maybe like somewhere to serve drinks and stuff, a little DJ booth area. So they have that whole space where different companies can rent it out for company parties, individual can rent it out for parties, and when it comes to around holiday, as the owner of that facility, you can throw like even an event, a party, a pool party, whatever it is. We see that with Limbasa. Limbasa has one of the biggest pool parties because they have the facility set up that way that it can do it. But Limbasa is a little bit out of the city, right? It's not too far, but it's a little bit out of the city. And it doesn't have to be just one. Limbasa can still be there, but also that we need multiple. We need options, right? Options are always good for the economy. It kind of makes the price a little more competitive. Plus, also it gives people option and make people want to go to that place, right? The reason why you want to go and visit different countries and different Jamaica and different places because they have so many different beaches. If they had just one great beach, it wouldn't be as inviting as just knowing that you have different options of different beaches you can visit on different days and stuff like that. So same thing here. A great pool, a community pool that you can have grill and different things like that. Like this Liberia, it might not cost you more than like 60, 70 grand to do it. A really nice one too. So that's a great investment, and you charge in US dollars as most people do, and you get that investment back. People are going to be there every time. People just like in the United States and Europe where you work all week and just go out on just 2 days out of the week, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. In Liberia, most days people are going out, especially those who are making money there. They're heading out of the country, they're going out during the week. Number 5 is heavy equipment rentals. I mentioned something similar in the first video about something with construction, but this one is really heavy equipment rentals. More high-end things are being built. The standard of building in the country is changing, moving more towards standardized European and American kind of building. We need refined lines. We need work to be more efficient and faster and stuff like that. But the equipment is not really there. People are still taking wheelbarrows around, using hammers and stuff like that. We need heavy equipment rentals, forklifts and stuff like that bigger companies can rent from you. Businesses that want to build and want to be more efficient and getting their stuff done can rent from you. Simple things as nail guns and stuff like that. Instead of people hammering stuff, people using wheelbarrow and to take things up, you can have one of those systems that you build on a building that you can take cement up and down. Just heavy equipment rentals, because you will see that in multiple part of the country, people will be seeking out your service to rent things from you so they can use it for their skilled labor force, right? So that's another great way to heavy equipment rental in Liberia or any part of Africa, really. But the last one, the high-end one, is a high-end spa. Now there are places and little massage places, and few of the luxury hotels in Liberia has spa and stuff like that. But the more of these, the better. You wouldn't, if you bring 5-6 more spa in the country, everybody can eat, right? So there's definitely a need for high-end spa. Like I said, when people come back from the country, they want to have come back to the country. They want to have some comfort level, something they're used to. Not even just that. People got money in the country, trust me, and they want to experience those things, right? People always want to, that opulence. People always want that next level of things that they can chill at, they can take on a day. You want to impress a woman. As a woman who's making money, you want to go somewhere that's a little more exclusive and stuff like that. So a high-end spa is a great place, especially in the country. The dust and all of that stuff. You want to exfoliate your skin. You want to get a massage, especially from working hard and stuff like that. Plus, also is you go on there and post for the gram. It's social media nowadays. People are going to be in there all the time, posting selfies and stuff like that. Want to show the high life. That's going to benefit you, because that means they're going to come to you. They're going to come to your facility to kind of really show to their friends that, hey, you know what, I'm balling. So a high-end spa is another great way to make millions in the country. So now let's jump into some of the lower costs. The next 6 I'm going to mention, you can definitely do it for under $3,000-$4,000, right? Let's say about $5,000 or less. You can definitely start a business like this with these I'm going to mention. That's something you can start right away. Like I said, especially these, you want to start it before December 2021, especially to get that influx of people and stuff like that. So let's get right into that one. First one here is blogging. This one you can start with even under $500 or under $1,000. There are blogs in Liberia. However, though, you can do a blog where it focuses on a diaspora. Blogs that focus on the outside of the country. Now, I'll tell you this for sure. We that are not living in Liberia permanently are always scouring the internet to find information out of the country. If you can be that source of reliable information, something that is exclusive, that you go out and get, you blog about it, you write about it, you update your readers, people are going to be on that blog all the time. And now you can advertise on that blog by making money by either selling products and services on there, right? So you can do a blog about local food and stuff like that. Now you can even sell recipes on there. You can sell, maybe create your own product, right? Like you season or something and do that. So a blog is a great way to do that, and people can pay you to advertise on your blog. But I'm telling you this, people who are outside of the country are always hungry for new information and reliable information, plus also first-hand information, not something that somebody is telling somebody that is being relayed to us, something that you gather yourself and you relay to your audience and that you can blog about and make it consistent. You can definitely do that. People are hungry for that information, and you can make some money out of that too. And that's a pretty low-cost kind of business to start. Second one here is wedding planner, another great one to do. Now, there are wedding planners in Liberia, of course, but you want to start something that's really high-end. Right, market yourself as get connection with different hotels and different venues and stuff like that you can contract with. That when people try to book those venues and places, they can kind of include you in a package or recommend you as a really reliable and dependable person to work with. Because, like I said again, wedding planner may not seem like Liberia is the whole family plan a wedding, everybody family meeting at home and stuff like that, but things are changing rapidly, and also people are getting married in Liberia from all part of the world. If you can have a business that just caters to that, especially right, saying, look, I know you're getting married in Liberia in whatever month, I'll take care of everything for you. Especially if you have a business that's reliable, business that people can talk about, testimonials and stuff like that. People who are in the diaspora are going to rely on you. Like, you know what, let's give the money to this person. Everything is taken care of. Even though I'm getting married to the person in Liberia and stuff like that, you want to have that experience where you're not relying on a family member who's going to disappoint you, and the wedding day is going to be a bunch of issues because you're arguing with this person, how they didn't do this and that and all of that. So y'all can just really put that in the hand of a wedding planner who will plan everything for you, especially if you're going back to the country, you really don't know. Maybe your partner is already in the country. Not everybody who are living in Liberia just know everything that's going on, right? Same way, you and your partner can be living in the US, but you still hire a wedding planner because you don't know everything. So that's another great way to do that, to alleviate all that stress of planning a wedding for people, especially nowadays for one person in the diaspora, another person in Liberia. Great way to start, great business to start before December 2021. And the next one here, it ties right into the first one, is catering service. So same thing again. I know Liberian weddings, most people, their family cook, everybody bring food from here and here. But like I said, it's changing and changing and changing. More Liberians are moving from abroad, moving back home and staying there. They're used to these kind of things. So they're kind of be looking for similar things like that, right? And again, it alleviates all that stress of running around and doing this and that. You have a service, a place that plans all of these things, right? That can provide a service to you who don't live in the country, or even if you do, it alleviates that. The country is moving forward. Trust me, even though there are videos I've made about how backwards things are, vast majority of the country is moving forward. New information, new people, new ideas are coming in there, and people are kind of moving from the old ways to kind of like the newer ways now. And definitely wedding planning and catering service is one great way to do that, to just really give people that peace of mind. Next one here is design, graphic design, really. I've mentioned this a little bit in my previous video also, but this one is specifically just graphic designing for businesses. A lot of businesses are coming up. I've mentioned that so many times. People are bringing new business, new ideas, and nowadays people are going a little more into social media. Even though Liberian businesses are lacking social media exposure by like a mile, so right. But people are getting to that space now, and when things catch on, it goes pretty quickly. So you want to be in that space where you're providing banners, cards, or internet logos, stuff like that for different businesses in the country. As people are rapidly creating new avenues of jobs, people are creating businesses. A lot of expats are coming back and bringing business ideas and doing all of those. They're going to need that service. That's something again you can start for very low cost. And especially you want to start that before December 2021. Second to the last one here is social media admin, social media management, social media admin. It ties back into what I just mentioned. All these businesses are coming up. And like I mentioned, Liberian businesses in Liberia are lacking social media exposure. I've seen big companies that are supposed to be making millions. You go on their Instagram and Facebook, there's nothing. And that means they're really just focusing on locals, right? Because we that live in abroad, when we want to go to a business, we want to see a very robust social media presence. That's how we build trust in that business, right? And that's how that business get more exposure. Through social media exposure, we are all on social media 24/7. There should be no reason why a business is not having a heavy presence on social media. It should be that, right? So the more and more Liberian businesses that are moving into the social media space, they're going to need somebody who have the knowledge. If you educate yourself on that, you have experience on that and stuff like that, you can create an avenue, you can create a business where you run multiple business social media, you post for them, you get content for them, even get a little cheap camera and take some pictures for them and post it on the site, and just run that basically, right? And you can kind of make some money out of that. This is a little unconventional, but it's a writer, right? A lot of people, especially the youth in Liberia, they're smart, right? There are a lot of people who are smart in the country, and most of these people are unemployed and have time. A freelance writer is a great way to occupy your time and make some money. And especially people all over the world are looking for that expertise. People are looking for freelancers to write something for them, write a blog, write an article, a proposal, whatever it is. But in this case, I'm specifically saying be a writer of Liberian content. For instance, kids' book. Trust me, if you start writing kids' book, we that live in the diaspora, we that live outside the country, all of people that have kids and stuff like that, it'll be so refreshing if you're able to go on Amazon and buy it doesn't even have to be physical copy. If we can buy a nice kids book that is from an author in Liberia that mentions names and places in Liberia, you have no idea. People will buy that. People all around the country will buy that, and especially based on the currency difference and stuff like that, even if you sell it for like $4.99, $5, right? If you're having like 100,000 people buy that, that's a lot of money. And people don't mind spending that $5 to buy a book, a kid's book that they can read to their children and kind of have that nostalgia, that reminiscing of the old and times and growing up and stuff like that they can pass down, to feel like they're passing down something personal to their children, right? By reading books to their children. So that's something that somebody in that country, out of the country, whatever it is, can start. It can be multiple people doing that. Just writing kids' book, writing something fictional, non-fictional books and stuff from Liberia that people can read on their spare time. People can give to their kids and feel like, you know what, I'm giving a part of my culture, my heritage to my children. So another great way there, a little bit unconventional, like I mentioned, but another great way to start a business in Liberia. 12 business ideas to start before December 2021. 12 ways to be a millionaire. Trust me, not all of these are going to make you a million in the next 5 or 10 years, but eventually, if you skill it, it will. But the top ones I mentioned definitely can make you a millionaire in not too long of a period of time. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Hopefully these business ideas help. First video I made, saw a lot of people taking on to this business ideas. A lot of people emailing us, telling us that they've started those business. So definitely I'm hoping that this video also can help you guys out to help you start those businesses in Liberia. We've definitely started a few of these businesses ourselves. So it'd be great if you think any of these business idea touches you, or something that's in your realm, or something that you've already thought about. Trust me, a lot of people already thought about these businesses I mentioned, but they haven't started yet. So hopefully this video can be a confirmation that I'll encourage you to start this business in Liberia. Right now, it's a great place to start that, especially with all these problems going on. Immediately after you start solving problems, you see money coming in. There it is, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying through. I'll see you guys in the next one. As always,